blessings and love. Namaste, namaskaram. This is Om Oracle Tarot, and this is the Pisces reading for August 2022 for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for August. I want to remind everybody that these are general readings and may not apply with everybody. If they don't, that's all right. There's plenty of other great YouTube readers here on YouTube that you can check out. I also want to remind everybody that you can get in contact with me in the comments below this video. You can also get in contact with me at the Om Oracle Tarot Instagram page, of which there's only one, and I'll never solicit a reading to you or ask you for funds via DM or a email. So if you receive something like that from someone claiming to be me that is not me, that would be a scam. Please do report it. I also want to remind everybody to check your other placements, as it could help you get a broader picture for what may be going on. And if any of this resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It is really most appreciated. And it also helps get the video and the channel into the proper algorithms. All right, Pisces. Without any further ado, please give us a message for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for August 2022. 3 cards, please. I only take uprights and I only take jumpers from the deck. All right, Pisces. We're starting out with the 7 of Swords. All right, we have the Chariot. All right, don't. Go ahead and take them. All right. So we start out with the 7 of Swords, the Chariot, the Knight of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. So to start out, we have the 7 of Swords. Now, this is usually the card of trickery. But with the Chariot, I feel this is more of a strategic type of energy. You're acting strategically. You're driven forward here. You're finding some much-needed balance. You're moving forward with grace. So you may be coming from a energy with this balance and grace where you were not feeling like you were moving with grace. So with this strategic energy, you are ambitiously moving forward, overcoming these obstacles, finding balance, and moving forward with grace, compassion, love in your heart, love in your cup. Excuse me. They have the, well, excuse me. We have the King of Pentacles here. So you are moving forward into your wealth and abundance, and with this discipline that the King of Pentacles has, which makes me feel also like this strategic. As you can see, he's looking back over the deck, almost as though he's looking across here to the King of Pentacles. And so this, finding this balance, moving forward and stepping into your spiritual wealth. And we're not talking about monies here. You're having to act strategically here because you might be low on funds, in fact. But this is spiritual wealth, spiritual abundance. And this discipline has to do with taking time, with the 4 of Swords here, taking time to recoup from whatever you've been through before this, contemplate, what may have gone wrong before that and how not to carry that into the future. And time to meditate and really sink into this spiritual wealth. So at the bottom, this is the Dreamer's card. Now in the Pamela Coleman Smith deck, there are multiple extra cards that come with the deck, and I've left 2 in this deck because I wanted to, I felt called to, and they play an important role, I feel. And this is the Dreamer card. So as you can see on this card, these spirits, ancestors, dream walkers, spirit entities are coming to you in your dreams to bring an important message your way. And this message, I feel like, is about future events, but it's also about this strategic move we're doing here. And these spirits will also be communicating in your meditation. This is why it's important to not get caught up in life so much that you forget your practice, forget your meditation. Because I feel like this is key for you. Meditation and dreams. All right, let's get 3 more cards from the Yogic Path deck. Now, somebody asked me why I use so many decks, and it is because each deck, for me, uncovers another layer and element of this energy. And also, I am not a person who talks a lot, so while I'm shuffling the cards, please do pay attention to any images, thoughts, words, sounds, smells that remind you of something or someone, as this is your intuition playing a role in this reading, and those are also important elements to take into account and see how they also resonate with this reading, because they will. All right, 3 cards, please, for our Pisces, for what is on their spiritual path for August 2022. 3 cards, please. Thank you. We have Kriya. So again, this practice. 2 more cards, please. All right, we got 1 hitting the floor. All right, we have Shiva and Saraswati. Now, there's been a few people that in this section that have gotten Shiva and Saraswati. And somebody else got the Kriya. I can't recall exactly who. Thank you for those cards. So we have this Kriya. And this Kriya is many different practices. It's also like a school of yoga, a path of yoga is Kriya Yoga. But within Kriya, there is multiple practices, and even in various other schools of yoga, Kriyas are practiced. So these have a lot to do with breath work, attention, and things like this. So, but systematic practice, we could say. So the Spirit, again, is saying a strategic practice, you could say. So acting on this strategic energy and being about your practice here. And I feel like with this Knight of Cups, this compassion, this love in your cup, as you can see, he's offering his cup forward. The person on this card is also, I don't know if you can see that, is also offering the jewel of her heart to the jewel of the divine. And as you can see, there's jewels descending as there's reciprocity of giving and receiving. You give of your heart, and the divine recognizes this and gives back. And I feel like this is kind of where you're coming from. You're coming out of this energy where maybe this was not the case. And then we have Shiva. Now this is Nataraja. This is also Shiva. This is the dancing Shiva. And this is the dance of the universe. But Shiva is the god of destruction. So something has been destroyed. There's a past that is no longer present. And something has been destroyed. And this is kind of where, like, you're moving fast, you're moving hard, you kind of like get to this sweet spot and you're like, okay, like I gotta recoup, like I've driven forward and now I need to rest and realign now that you're feeling more imbalanced, more in your balance. And then we have the goddess Saraswati, and she's the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, but also music. And I'm getting this music vibe off of this, to where, and I'm feeling some of you are musicians, and you're kind of coming into this place, recouping, and this is part of your practice, is the music, I feel like. And this energy with the Kriya, the Spirit is asking you to, whether or not the content is about like the universe or God or the Spirit or however you want to put it, have that be, the Spirit is asking that you have that be your intent, this devotion in action, not necessarily word, or but you're offering what you're doing to the Spirit, to the divine, to this dance of the universe. Here was Saraswati. And let's get 3 cards here. Let's scooch up. 3 cards, please, for, and this is what I call the Wisdom of the Buddha deck. Excuse me. When the Spirit gets in my ear and is really working, I do get a lot of indigestion. I don't have it throughout the day, but as soon as I start getting into these readings, it really does pop up. So I do apologize. So 3 cards, 3 messages, please, for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for August 2022. All right. 3 cards, please. 3 cards. Over here. 3 cards, please. Three cards, just 3. Thank you. So we have White Tara and Vajrapani. Right, 1 more, please. Just 1, please. Thank you. Padmasambhava. So, White Tara offers liberation. So, you are effectively liberating yourself from this past situation, from the destruction of the old. You're liberating yourself out of that debris, again, in a strategic way. By quiet listening, you can liberate others from fear. So, again, in these quiet moments of meditation, in these quiet moments of the night, in your dream, and when you wake up from these dreams with this message, you're going to be receiving this signs and messages, things you're going to want to write down. So you may want to keep a dream journal next to your bed, because when these messages come in, you're going to want to remember them. So, and these types of things in this quietude are going to be things that are going to help liberate others, and this may be part of what you offer with this music and this jewel of your heart, which I feel like are one. And so these things, some would call them downloads, but these things that the Spirit presents to you can be used to help liberate yourself further, but also help liberate others. And then Vajrapani is the guardian at the temple gate. So, again, I feel like this energy of moving from here to here, this is all a part of this guardian. Because here at the Four of Swords, you're inside the temple. And the message here is use your strengths to help someone who is struggling. So, in this drive forward, as you overcome your obstacles and step into this strength of your heart and this spiritual wealth, the Spirit is asking you to help those who are struggling in this way with this spiritual wealth. This isn't something to be hoarded and kept to yourself. The Spirit is only giving you this so that you can share it freely with others. That's why we receive spiritual wealth, is to share it. And then we have Padmasambhava, the 8th century Mahasiddha wild man, also known for his crazy wisdom. And the message here is intense practice yields great results. So again, this kriya, this meditation, and perhaps you do lucid dreaming practices and things of that nature, dream yoga. So the Spirit is saying stay on your practice because it yields great results. This isn't the finish line. And a few other people have gotten a similar type of thing where it's like, okay, I've done this and now I rest. And when we get to here to this spiritual wealth, this isn't the finish line. This is the beginning of the work. But stay on your practice as it will yield great results. Let's get 3 cards from the Gita deck for what? Now you know that's too many. All right. Okay. All right. 3 cards, please, for Pisces for what is on their spiritual path for August 2022. 3 cards, please. Thank you. All right, Jai Hanuman with the card Individuality. All right, we'll take them. best of yogis, burning fire, all-knowing one, tolerance with the chariot. All right. So start out with Hanuman on here on the individuality card. So again, this is talking about your heart being one with the divine. And at no time does the divine not exist. So this could translate as, at no time did you not exist. But the individual self is born of matter. The individual self only exists within the network of the mind. And even with people that we know in the material world, they all, within their mind, have a different version of who they think that we are. So, and we're not necessarily any of those, but in part we are. And we're, in the same way, we're not necessarily who we individually think that we are within our own mind. And this personality only exists within the network and the synapse firing of the mind. And that each individual is a manifestation of the divine. Everything is bubbling up from the divine. What's looking through your eyes at this very moment is the divine. So who does that make you? Not in a personal sense, but in a universal sense. And as you see, Hanuman is here with his many faces. So, seeing that in this helping others, that these people that you're helping are elements of yourself, and that you are elements of them. And then we have the best of yogis. So again, staying on your practice is key here. And the message here on the back is, of all yogis, the one who is filled with faith, his entire being given over to me, is the most intimately united with me and is the best of all. So this is what I was talking about. United with the divine, seeing and identifying with this aspect of you that is one with the divine. And having complete, even beyond faith or a belief, this knowingness. And this is going to come through this practice. But having this knowing is what makes this possible. And this is what makes the best of yogis. Then we have the dancing Shiva again with Ganesha. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. So, and Shiva is the lord of the god of destruction. So there's been a destruction, this burning fire of some sort. And when I say that, you know what I'm talking about. So there's been this destruction, but the obstacles are being removed. And this is where you get this movement forward after this destruction. And this puts you in a position to where you can unite with the all-knowing one. As I was talking about, it's not a belief, it's a knowing. And if we see, these are two separate depictions of the same scene here, talking about essentially the same thing. So this is a repeating message here. And then we have tolerance. Now this is Surya, the sun god, riding his chariot. And his mantra is Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Swatru Vinashanam. And this is in part of a hymn to this god. And it roughly translates to those who keep the sun in their heart, evil will vanish from their presence. Now, this is a rough translation, of course, but this is the kind of energy that you're coming into with this offering of your heart to the divine and this reciprocity of love, of this light, keeping the sun in your heart, or more or less realizing that the light of God is the same light that's in your heart. And keeping your attention fixed on that and start to identify with that light. Not with the mind, not with the individual, but with the light that's one with the divine. That's what makes a true light worker. Now, I don't like that term, but... All right. This deck is shuffled funny. How did that happen? Oh, I see. Excuse me. All right. 3 cards, please, from the Gods and Goddesses deck for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for August 2022. Oh, man, this deck is all... Alrighty. All right, 3 cards, please. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Don Vanatri. Subhadra and Lakshmi. Thank you. All right. Now this is the god of medicine. So you are receiving some healing here. Healing of the past. There might be some guilt you're holding on to, and the divine is asking you to let that go. As we say, the past is gone. So to let anything that's holding you back from sitting in this, just let it go. You can let it go. And the blessings that he offers is the freedom from disease. So this can also be the disease of the mind, the disease of this spiritual heart, this heaviness of that, which you are coming out of. Greater health and well-being, you are coming into that. And spiritual knowledge and liberation. So again, this is at work during August. This is what's taking place here. And Subhadra is the bestower of devotion. So her blessings are removal of illusions. So you have successfully removed illusion, and these obstacles are being removed for you, but you have removed yourself from illusion. There's something in the past that was illusionary that you've seen through, and you're stepping out of it. Another blessing is worldly power and grace. So we have power and grace here. And blessings of devotion. So again, I felt like there was a devotion somewhere. Well, the devotional aspect of, there it is, offering your talents, and I felt like it was music, devoting it to the divine or the spirit in this way. And Lakshmi is the goddess of fortune, and here we have a spiritual fortune, spiritual wealth. So you can see this writer is riding up to this river. This dreamer is dreaming by this river. And this goddess of fortune and wealth is standing on a lotus in the middle of the river, with this temple in the background. This temple, this guardian. This is your path here. And here we have another elephant. Ganesha, elephant-headed. So removing the obstacles that, so bringing you this spiritual wealth, removing the obstacles so that you can make your way to this temple to receive the messages that you need to receive. And her blessings are improved social status. So this is what, excuse me, this is what you're stepping out of, is your social status has taken a hit, or at least you feel like it has. That may be part of the illusion, is that you feel like it has. And this also will affect the way that you perform in a social situation, with which, if it's music, then this is in the public. This is social. But the blessing is improved social status, increased wealth and luxury. So this spiritual wealth, career promotion or acknowledgement. So stepping through this, doing this hard work, and then offering it back, you will receive acknowledgement. And it appears that this is kind of a career level up for you, to be out of this old energy. And a good and faithful partner. So this is one of the blessings. So and this may be something, part of what you're stepping out of, and you're stepping into a place where you are going to be able to resonate at a higher frequency and meet a counterpart who is also resonating at a similar frequency. Thank you. All right, let's get 3 messages from the Morgan's Tarot deck for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for August 2022. 3 cards, please. Thank you. This card says, pigs and fish surround you. All right. So this is that past energy that you're coming out of right now. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. Let George do it. All right. One more. Thank you. Mushrooms. All right. And at the bottom we have awake. We have this alarm clock going off. So if you've not made this strategic move yet, as we get into August, the Spirit is saying that the clock is ticking. It's time for you to make this strategic move here, because the clock is ticking and there is a window of opportunity for this that may not be open. So in the past, beginning of summer, June, July, depending on how far back this goes for you, you felt like you've been surrounded. And this card says pigs and fish surround you. And this person is kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by this. So like pigs and fish are not the most... they kind of have a bad smell to them, don't they? And so usually not something you want to cuddle up with. So this is kind of this energy that you've felt kind of creeping in, and you realize like, oh, I'm like surrounded by this energy. And there's this guy desperately wants to get out of this. And so this is where this strategic move is going to be really important to liberate yourself from that energy. And then we have this card, Let George Do It. Now, whenever I pull this card, I think of the Beatles, but this person is poised to step into the sunset here, but there is a holding back. And then we have the sun god here on the tolerance card. So you have been tolerating something, and there's a different something that you'll have to tolerate in the future, of course, but it'll be smoother for you. And let George do it. You may want to ask friends who you know are good at a task to help you in some of these moves that you're making. Perhaps teaming up with a musical friend to help this music come to fruition. And then we have mushrooms. So you may be seeking what they call plant medicine. Now, I don't like that term either, but I'm sure I like plant medicine, but I feel like the term is overused, and yeah, we don't have to get into that. But we have the god of medicine, and then the mushrooms, which I feel is very therapeutic and also can be a catalyst for this chariot type of energy. So this may be something that can aid you in this, like, move forward, this inspiration, this music, also this meditation, and also with the lucid dreaming. And I'll let you do your own research on that, but thank you. So let's get 3 cards, please. I'd like to see these deities here. Let's get 3 cards from the Thoth deck for what are some hindrances for Pisces on their spiritual path for August 2022. 3 cards, please. What are the hindrances? All right. No. 3 cards, please. What are the hindrances? Thank you. So we have the Prince of Wands here. All right. Two more cards, please. We have the Fool card. the flow. Here we go. All right. And the Ace of Swords. So, and again, we have a person riding a chariot, and this is this visionary type of energy. So again, with this music, this messages that coming in your dreams and in your meditative states, and also the visions from the psychedelic state, you could say. But in the hindrance position, this type of thing can end up as like a spiritual cul-de-sac where you're just riding this chariot around in a circle. Specifically with this type of energy, you don't want to get caught in this cul-de-sac. You want to get what it has to teach and not be dependent on something like this. That doesn't mean don't enjoy. It just means don't get dependent on something like that. Don't get caught in the cul-de-sacs. Each one of these cards can represent a cul-de-sac. Whether it's this drive, this ambition, and then once you've reached your destination, you still have this drive, and you can't actually get into this recoup mode. And this this journey can also be a cul-de-sac where you must keep going. It's like this energy of always being a seeker and never being a finder. You want to be a finder here. You don't want to always be seeking. So don't get caught in these cul-de-sacs. Then we have the Fool card. So this is speaking of watching your step, this folly movement. Perhaps driving this chariot too fast, too hard, and you fall off of the chariot. You fall off with this cup of compassion due to perhaps over-emotionality. We want to stay balanced. We don't want to fall off of these things. And then with the Ace of Swords, with this success, you are having this breakthrough, but again, don't get caught up in the breakthrough and the success and be like, I've done it, it's complete. Because, like I said earlier, this is just the beginning. This isn't the completion, this is the beginning. So resist the urge to feel within yourself, I've done it, it's complete, I've done it, because that would be the mind. What is truly content, complete in its completeness, is identifying with this spark of the divine that's within you, this sun that resides in your own heart. And this is where that work comes into, to stay in that type of mode. Because if you're like, I've completed it, then you are going to not stay in that heart space. Thank you. All right, let's get one card, please, from the Dreamscapes Oracle deck for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for August 2022. One card, please. Thank you. Octopus. Somebody else got that. So the octopus, they say that its brain extends throughout its whole body. And when it expands its arms out to feel, its whole brain is expanding out. Its whole consciousness is expanding out. And this is what's going to take place. And this is where you'll receive these messages, is in this meditation, this dream work, this psychedelic state. And you will be expanding out. Your whole consciousness will be expanding out here in August. So let's get a couple messages from the Oracle of Rama deck. I shuffle these divine guide cards, and I pick the one that pops the most. This one is riding high. So again, Hanuman. Jai Hanuman. And the message is active, or the power of active devotion. So not necessarily this what you would think as like how you see people in the temple in that type of devotion, but active devotion in your daily life, in your art, devoting these fruits of your talents to the divine within yourself. Nobody has to even know that you're doing this. Just within yourself, you're offering this devotion. So let's get 2 cards, 2 messages, please, for our Pisces, for what's on their spiritual path for August 2022. All right, we'll take them. So the messages here is, this is so small. There's a bug in here. A happy reunion is indicated. Why is this so small? So, again, coming in contact with a partner that resonates kind of where you're at, and with interests that are of a likeness, someone who gets you. But it appears that it is coming in a reunion form. This is someone that you already know, or maybe you were connected with in the past, and you're having this reunion with that person. The message here is, honor the divine messenger, reap success. So there is messages coming to you in various forms of practice. And this is a divine messenger. And to honor these messages, like I said, write them down. Keep this journal. Keep a meditation journal. Keep a dream journal. Keep the mystic journey journal. And write these things down, because these messages will help reap success. And so as I have this, there is a little gnat in here that is just like bugging me, flying on my face ever since I started reading these cards. And this message is, a negative influence or person will return. So someone who has really bugged you is returning. So you have 2 returns here. You're leaving something old, and I feel this this what you've left behind is trying to come around for another round. And you also have this happy reunion coming in. And you don't want to go back into this negative energy. And you'll be able to tell just by the energy, you will know which is the right for you. What feels negative or what feels happy. But this negative influence or person that you thought that you've left in destruction through this strategic move is returning. They are making a return. This final message is, now this may not resonate with everyone, but on Friday, success in artistic and healing ventures. So maybe there is some gigs, music gigs you have lined up for Friday in this artistic and healing venture. Perhaps you do some metaphysical style of healing that happens to be taking place on Friday. But these will be successful for you. And apparently on Friday. So let's get 3 cards here from the tiny, tiny deck. 3 cards, 3 messages. We'll split the deck and then take the tops of the splits. All right, purple. What's under that? So I gotta, and underneath that we have another purple. There's 3 purples in a row. So go within. And when you do go within and you find this plateau, you come to this plateau, look and see within yourself what's under that plateau. What can see that there's a plateau? What the thing that can see that there is a plateau must be separate from the plateau. So identify with that element that can see the plateau and move beyond it. This is forgive self. So again, the Spirit is asking you to forgive yourself here. And I was feeling there is a shame with this medicine, this inner healing you're going to be receiving. And part of it is healing that you give to yourself by forgiving yourself. And again, the past is gone. There's nothing we can do to bring it back. And even if we did go back, it's not going to be like how our memory encapsulate these things. It's never the same because reality is constantly in change, constantly fluxing, in flux, and it's never even the same from one moment to the next. We can't go into the past and bring a piece of the past into the present. It's completely in the past. We can't bring it back. So forgive yourself. Move forward. You have a message coming. And this final one, again, a belief. 3 people have gotten this it's a belief card, and there's a lot of cards in these decks, so that is very surprising. But we're all on this journey together, and we are all connected in one way or another. So please give us 3 cards for a parting message. What would you like to leave Pisces on for what is on their spiritual path for August 2022. 3 cards, please. 3 cards for a parting message. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you are dropping the baggage of the old. You have to make this rite of passage across this river. But this journey is going to be so much easier and swifter if you can drop these swords off. And this is where this strategic act comes into play, because you have to let go of the past. And part of this is forgiving yourself. You have to let go in order to move forward. 2 more cards, please. So, the 6 of Cups. Now, this is a nostalgia in a good way. So, this happy reunion that's taking place of this person that you already know. And here with this negative influence, this negative person coming back. The top of this, it says seeds of conflict. And here we have this cup. So we have these 2 energies from the past trying to emerge. One of these cups is going to grow flowers, and one of these cups is going to grow weeds, and not the kind that you want. All right. So choose the cup. Choose the right cup here. And then we have the Magician. So again, you have manifested. You've manifested this doorway out of the old. You've manifested this new pathway, and you are calling in on the spirits saying, please give me a message. You're manifesting this message in a sense. You're determined as you move forward. You're using all of your skill set here and taking this inspired action of devotion. And at the bottom of the deck here, oh, I just saw it. Okay. So we have the 8 of Swords here. So this person is bound, but this is a self-imposed binding or a self-imposed restriction. As I always say, this person is tied up with toilet paper, and it could easily spread their arms and break free of this toilet paper. So there's a self-imposed restriction, which I feel like this is kind of what you're breaking free of. But you have to be the catalyst to break free of this. And underneath that, we have the Knight of Wands here. So this is this again inspired action to move forward. And underneath that, we have the Star card. So this is hope. Your hope has been renewed here by being able to break free of this old past. Your spirituality has been renewed. So there's the divine timing in this. And a really stepping into your purpose here with this music and this devotion of your skills. And I feel like there's something. Give it to me. So when this new person comes in, there is, well, this happy person from the past, this thing that makes you feel good. This is going to open up some incredible opportunities. And this may be, in fact, this friend that you're going to work with on this musical venture. And you will be receiving some signs about this person helping you with this direction into your purpose, opening these opportunities for you. And again, renewal. You're being renewed through this journey. But you have to release yourself and forgive yourself. So Pisces, we're going to leave this reading here. If any of this resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It is really most appreciated, and I appreciate all of you for listening, tuning in, watching. It really does mean a lot. And Pisces, I'll catch you on the next go-round. Peace.